and we're gonna take a look at all of his reptiles today. Do you want to let them know like what you do for a living with all the animals?
Yeah, of course. So my background is primarily in like ecology. I'm in the restoration ecology field. So basically, I just take bad plants and replace them with good plants. But my real passion has and always will be herpetology. I don't have any degree in it, but I've worked in many different states with many different people who have a background in it. And so personally, I set up naturalistic vivariums for all of my animals. So if we have time today, I'd like to just kind of go through and not only show off my animals, but like their individual setups as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go for it. All right, so this is Pickle.
Pickle is my amelanistic corn snake, and somebody can correct me if I get the morphology wrong on a lot of snakes. I'm more into the husbandry aspect. But basically, Pickle was a rescue that I got from someone who relinquished him at Petco and took very poor care of him. So if you look in his tank, you can see that he's got his pickle jar.
And that's what you found him in?
Right.
And that's why he's named Pickle.
Exactly, because I'm really super creative with the names of my animals.
I love it.
So Pickle was kept in a 10-gallon tank with no substrate, no lighting, no heating elements, and was just curled up in his pickle jar in his own feces. And I got him and immediately fell in love with him because he's super gentle. Of course, when you touch his head, he freaks out a little bit, but he's super gentle, never bites, and always takes food. He's since gotten in a lot better condition. He was really emaciated when I got him, and that was over a year ago now. Now, if we want to talk about his setup, it's not necessarily as naturalistic as the other setups. His is a little different. I tried to mimic a barn because in the wild, what tends to happen is humans set up really perfect and ideal habitats for a lot of rat snake species, corn snakes being in the Pantherophis genus, which is a rat snake. They like to climb and they like heating, and they're primarily nocturnal. So if you have a dark barn with a lot of rafters to climb on, they're gonna love it, especially considering that barns attract rats, their primary food. So I pretty much just mocked up what I thought the inside of a little barn would look like. Of course, gave him his pickle jar back after I cleaned it out, and put in a little bike wheel that I thought kind of made it look a little bit more like the inside of a barn.
That's awesome.
Also have a heating element on the bottom because corn snakes are a somewhat fossorial species and they do like to create burrows. That way he can either be up top, or if he's feeling a little shy that day, he can go and burrow and still remain warm.
Perfect. All right, so this is Kovu, and he is a bull snake.
Yeah, he's named after one of the lions from The Lion King 2. There's Simba, Nala, Kovu, and Kiara, if I got any nature.
That's my favorite one.
Or Disney nerds out there. Yeah, it's the best straight to DVD Disney movie ever. He is a bull snake, which are notorious for being incredibly loud and scary snakes. They actually have a few defense mechanisms that in the wild will mimic rattlesnakes. The first being that they will faux rattle their tail. He probably won't do it because he's very docile. But he'll faux rattle his tail in dry leaf litter, and it actually sounds like a rattle to anyone who's approaching him. The second is they hiss incredibly loud. Even sometimes just his breathing is really loud. Are we going in my shirt? Is that what's happening? And they will let you know that they are pissed off. And you'll know that he's mad. He'll tell you well before he's going to bite you. He'll mock strike as well.
He's very cute.
Yeah, he's not a naturally occurring morph. There might be some localities that are this high yellow, but his morphology is something along the line of envy. I believe it's ENVY, and it's high yellow. I'm not, once again, not super confident with morphology, so I'm sure somebody can correct me in the YouTube comments if I'm wrong. Oh, this is a 55-gallon setup that I've got him in. This is a really good example of how I try to mimic their natural environment. They tend to be a prairie-dwelling snake with a lot of access to a bunch of different things to hide under. So he's got a bunch of rocks, and he's got a bunch of different logs that he can burrow under and create little holes for him to go under when he's not feeling like being out in the open. Those are all natural prairie plants in there that I collected in the field, and actually all of the driftwood that's in there as well was collected in the field. And that's Kovu's setup.
Very cool. I love that one. That's gorgeous. So over here we have a real-life dragon named Ray.
She's fierce.
She's so cute. I love her.
So I'm probably not, well, I'll try to take her out, but sometimes she's a little feisty. Oh, look at her. Yeah, I see the head nod.
She being feisty?
A little bit, not really. She'll just squirm around a little bit. I might throw her back in there. So Ray is a super citrus translucent hypo, which basically means that she's really orange and her claws and the little spikes around her body are basically clear and you can kind of see through them. She was my first reptile that I got a couple years ago as an adult, and I got her when she was just absolutely the smallest little bearded dragon in the entire world. Within a year, she was about this size. So if you're ever thinking about getting a bearded dragon, it's something to think about. They do grow really fast, and they do need a big setup. As you can see behind me, she's got a big 57-gallon front opening terrarium with plenty of room to climb all the way up to the top, which she regularly utilizes. Let's see if she'll go up there
Very
now.
naturalistic.
Right. Their natural habitat in Australia is like scrubland, so it's like lowland brush that they like to climb up in and kind of just get away from the ground and away from predators. We'll be soon building her a 5-foot by 3-foot by 2-foot enclosure. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but the intention to build it is still there. Oh, this in the back is Hydra, my just regular common snapping turtle. I got her as a baby. She's about 6 months old, and it's probably difficult to tell from the video, but she's about hamburger patty size. I'd say double quarter pounder. And then this is her tank mate, Fish, which is just a aptly named bluegill. She seems to stay away from him. I don't think I've ever seen her eat them, and I'll put other smaller live feeder fish in here for her, and she eats those. So I'm not entirely sure why she stays away from fish. I'm just gonna pretend that it's like some happy Disney story and that they're best friends.
Yep.
She's also a little bit more used to people coming in and out and, you know, looking at her. Since putting her in here, she's become a lot more comfortable being out and around people.
It's crazy how long their necks are.
So,
I would not expect that.
Yeah, so actually their Latin name is Calidra serpentina, and serpentina, obviously Latin for like snake, is referring to how their necks kind of come out and retract like a snake.
And you did this up here, right?
Right, yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is all hand wood burned, and the tank itself was built by me. Actually, all of the tank stands around here were built by me as well, with the exception of that one in the corner.
So hit them up if you want something.
Right, yeah, I build them on commission, so if you're looking for something for your reptiles, I even do the custom wood burning as well.
Very cool. So over here, what kind of a monitor is this?
So this is a Timor monitor, Varanus timorensis. He's in shed right now. He doesn't look the best, but you can see that he's, I forget what locality he is, but he's got like a high red coloration. He is actually recovering from a fungal infection. He was an import, and basically I took him under my care because I don't support the taking of animals from the wild for the pet trade. And rather than having him go to some breeder and kind of just treating him, you know, like another breeding animal, I tried to give him, you know, the best life possible, which is naturalistic setup that's down here. Which is tore up because I had to get him out. But you can see it was beautiful. It was beautiful before. It's still beautiful. It's just a little unorganized. Right, yeah, which is just nature in general. He's actually an adult. You can tell that he is a little bit emaciated from the infection. He is taking food again for the first time in a while, and he is under a medicated cream antibiotic for the infection as well. That being said, he is incredibly active. He regularly takes food and drinks water, all of the necessary things that he needs to regain his normal fat monitor lizard self.
So this is for a blood python? Yeah,
so naturally they kind of occur near rivers. They're not an arboreal species. They like to be on the ground. They even dig burrows. You can see that she is just an absolute hunk of a snake. Currently going into shed, so she's not as pretty as she normally is, and she's really dusty because I gave her a bath and she crawled around in the dirt. You can hear that she's making herself known, but she's not in really a defensive posture. She's not striking at me. She's not responding to my movement.
She's just cautious.
She's just cautious. She just doesn't want to be out of her setup. Goes to show that, like, definitely notoriously aggressive snake species is actually like a real sweetheart. He has actually slit eyes. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but but she's got the more stereotypical wide slit snake eyes.
There we go. She has such a pretty face.
She's just a really pretty snake. Misunderstood.
Docile. Just got bit. I'm gonna die now, so... No, I'm just kidding.
Right. No.
That was seriously nothing. This was my first bite, and like, look at that tiny little thing. She just thought I was food. It's not a big deal, so I'm like so excited. This is like an honor. I got bit.
She wasn't aggressive or anything.
No, thank you so much for my first bite. I'm honestly honored, and you're gorgeous. And she looks amazing under that lighting. But yes, it happened finally. Yay!
Yes. Okay, so this is my newest animal. It's another turtle, but it's same species as my snapping turtle. However, it's a hypomelanistic breed. And this will be Trisha's first time seeing it in person, so I kind of wanted to get her reaction on camera.
Oh my, okay, I was expecting this turtle to be like way bigger.
Oh no, it's a hatchling.
God. Oh my, look at its face. Oh my, okay, I'm taking this home. You are not getting this back.
It took me 2 years to get that turtle, so vetoed. If you want, you can actually pick her up by the sides of the shell and flip her over and look at her belly.
Oh, look at that. She's just a pudge.
Oh yeah, they're
she's
a
just
very
a little nugget.
Heavy bottle. Yeah,
look
that she's my chicken nugget and she's my burger patty.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have a name for her yet though, so I don't know if that's something that you'd be interested in trying to figure out for me.
Yeah, so if you guys want to name this turtle, leave a comment and suggest some names, and then Nicholas can pick out a name.
But she continues to be incredibly shy, and I set her up in a little bit more of a quote-unquote naturalistic habitat, complete with a giant spider in the background.
Yes.
This basically just is trying to simulate a little bit more of a naturalistic area with a lot of spaces for her to go and hide, because she absolutely is just the most shy turtle in the world. She won't eat if anybody's around. I had to sit still for 30 minutes just to watch her nibble at some food.
I can handle anything after that snake bite.
Oh, absolutely. Except for, the snapping turtle might take a finger off.
No big deal.
Not this one, though.
Yeah, this one will do it.
She might clip your fingernails.
This one will ruin your life. So in this enclosure is a, I think, female Dalmatian crested gecko that Nicholas is just giving me because he's amazing.
I just don't want it anymore.
You just don't want it.
It was a rescue, and I don't really keep geckos. I think they're a very fragile species, and I know how to take care of them, but I'm always afraid that I'm going to harm them, which is why I'm letting Trisha get it out. Because,
do you have any idea where she is?
Yeah, she tends to hide over, there's this log here, and there's a hole in the log. She's probably out. She's probably right here.
Oh, I see her. Okay.
Yeah, I've held her before, but it's been a while, so.
Oh, hi, love. Hi, cutie. You're so sweet. Hello.
Yeah, I feed her pretty much the standard crested gecko diet. She subsists mainly on crickets, and I believe it's Pangea. Oh no, it's just some sort of Zumet gecko formula, but it's basically the paste that they eat, the fruit paste. She doesn't eat that much. She prefers the crickets, but she will subsist off of a little bit of that.
I'll try hand feeding. We'll see. You're so sweet. Hello. Thank you so much. She's so beautiful.
I really just wanted her to go to a good home, and I couldn't find anybody who was willing to take her that had enough know-how, and then ran into your Instagram and noticed that you were breeding these guys, and I figured, hey.
And I want Dalmatians in particular, too, so that's, like, perfect.
Yeah, and I was, like, 47% sure that that's what she was, so.
All right, so guys, leave a comment to help me name this little girl, too, because I have no idea what I'm going to name her, so that is your job. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out Nicholas on Instagram. I will put all of his information in the description, and have a wonderful day.